I cannot keep the same skincare routine going. And for some of y'all, you done had the same one going since 3rd grade. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm sorry, sis. I did it. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, and summer is hot, but it don't have to be hot and funky, y'all. Look, I live in Houston, and it's 2 degrees hotter than a volcano down here, so the funk is flying. So today, I want us all to get with the game-changing feminine hygiene tips to shift. And I'm not Mother Teresa, so I won't solve all the world funk issues. However, I will like to hear from y'all. Make sure down below you let us know some of the things you're doing and some of the tips that work for you in the summer. All the items that I mentioned can be found down below in the description box, or you can shop my Amazon storefront or shop the items right here from the video. And make sure that you like, comment, and share this video and continue to get us back into the algorithm so everybody can get in on this good information. You know we keeping it free 99. Let's go. Keep them bathroom visits infection-free, sis. Think about it. Many of us eat and drink a lot in the summer, and that means more bathroom visits. You might not think it's a big deal, but it actually is. Things like strep, E. coli, staph, cold virus, as well as hepatitis A are flying all around. And let me let you in on a secret. About 95% of men and women say that they use the bathroom and wash their hands thoroughly afterwards, but a research study found that only 67% actually do. Oh. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I hear toilet flushings without hand washing, and I'm literally sitting in the bathroom scared for my life. Since giving birth, my bladder is about as dependable as a dog in front of a steak. And as much as I hate public restrooms, sometimes I gotta use them. So I carry a toilet seat sanitizer, as well as those throwaway toilet seat covers. Y'all, they are lifesavers in public, especially when popping a squat just ain't hot. Bars. Other things that help are using your shoe to flush the toilet. I can guarantee you a bunch of other people are as well. You'd rather have shoe on shoe than to have your hands touching shoe and booty. You gotta pick a struggle. Use a paper towel to turn off the faucet and to open the door when you leave the bathroom, if you can. And try to use those restrooms where the toilet paper is completely covered by one of those metal covers as well, or just carry your own little stash in your purse. And if you do use those hot air dryers, which you might want to be, careful with because they can fling a bunch of grossness around. Don't be right up on them and don't touch them with your bare hands. And I'm going to say it, but when it comes to home toilet safety, keep your bathroom clean in all that area, and also get yourself a bidet. It keeps those crevices clean and soothed without over wiping, which can cause those little fissures and tears in your butt and your front. We want to save our lady bits in our butts. I always find ways to deodorize all around, not just them pits. I sweat a lot. I work out a lot. I move around a lot as a career woman, a wife, and a mommy. And all that sweat that I build up can and does stink. Can we be real around here? Of course, I carry my little cleanup kit that I've shown y'all. But in the summer, I'm loving my Lumi solid stick deodorant as well as my Arm & Hammer deodorant. Now, most of y'all told me after the last time I talked about Lumi and using it all over my body that you hate the gel because it stinks so bad, and don't nobody want to be funky after putting on what's supposed to keep them from being funked up. You pick up what I'm putting down. So let me tell you, the solid stick is much better. And the Alpine or the Fresh Alpine, y'all, that's one of my favorites, but I put some others down below in the description. And I can put this stuff anywhere. Let's see. Armpit, lower back, back of knees, behind the ears, bottoms of the feet, under my now existent boobs, and either side of the crotch. I try to clean my earrings and jewelry weekly, and I do spray on lighter scents of perfume, but I use my Vaseline stick on areas where I spray it in order for the scents to last longer. These days, me and my baby Hunter wear the same perfume smells because they're hypoallergenic and safe for babies. And it might be good for y'all that are sensitive to smells. And if the sweating is just wild, because it is here, then I just use panty liners on all parts of me, down below and in other parts of my clothes, like underneath the arms and other areas, in order to soak up sweat all around. I also keep a fan with me because it's great for baby and I, especially when we leave the house. And if I need to walk into somewhere and fan my underparts and underarms and all of that, I have it on standby just in case. I also love my deodorant wipes, but also my 99% water Mama Bear wipes from Amazon that I use for the baby, but they're great for cleaning up when you're out and about. And I tend to make sure that my hair is washed weekly with something that's purifying or clarifying, something like my apple cider vinegar washes or things of that sort to keep that scalp smelling good and to keep that dirt off the scalp, which can add to stank. Here's an obvious one, but I had to learn to master my shower routine. And y'all get this, we have to have different shower routines for different parts of the year. And the summer call for new things, okay? I can't do in the winter what I do in the summer and vice versa. You got to work it on out. And I'm not ashamed that sometimes in the summer I have to take 2 or more showers depending on what the day calls for. A day. Yeah, a day. I'm most concerned with the skin folds in the summer because odor hides there, and I mean a lot of it. And while I love a host of washes, I'm really concerned with figuring out things that help me to stop carrying scent in those skin folds. You got to get them down in there good because them crevices is something else. So let's get graphic. I'm talking about the thigh folds, you know, where the legs meet and everything. Under the arms, the breast, and even between the toes. I really get in there. I take my time with those areas. And y'all know I love my African sponge, but also if I have to use my hands and go with it there, I try to make sure that I am taking care of those folds carefully. I love my scent-free microbiome balancing washes, especially in the thigh folds because it's right next to my Victoria's V and we are not trying to break down that pH. And I'm particularly focused on areas that are more hair-bearing because those carry odor the most. Their hair loves to catch on to some odor and not let it go. They hold grudges. Cleaning those specific areas instead of inside the V, okay, usually gets rid of those unnatural odors that we smell. And I also make sure that I thoroughly pat dry areas of my body after showering, especially in the summer, because that water sitting in those areas can also cause odor, and we don't want that to happen, and possibly bacteria. And sometimes that means getting really familiar with yourself. You should anyway. Like propping your leg up on the side of the tub and actually patting dry certain areas, okay? It's not nasty, it's your body. And personally, right now, I'm really sensitive to boob folds due to breastfeeding and also having breasts now anyway. I didn't have them for so long, but then when I got pregnant, baby, they said, hello. And if y'all know, I had a breast reduction 20 years ago, so that's big for me. So breastfeeding and pumping make that sensitive area for me, and I want to make sure that it's as clean and bacteria-free as possible, even when I'm on the go. I have to always watch it with the elements of my skincare routine and make sure that those change with the weather, okay? I cannot keep the same skincare routine going. And for some of y'all, you done had the same one going since 3rd grade. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm sorry, sis. I did it. Look, my skin is oily on any given day, but throw in the summer and baby, you gonna have them bad acne breakouts, especially if I'm not watching what I'm doing or putting on my skin. I tend to stick with a light face wash, a spray toner that has rose water or aloe. For stubborn dark marks in the summer, I love my Dermalogica serum. It seems to be great and effective without being oily or heavy on my skin, which can cause breakouts for me. I use my Rose Glow and Get It Eye Balm, which wakes my skin up, helps my under eyes to be less puffy, and helps my skin overall to seem smoother and tighter. And I stick with a lightweight moisturizer. So something like my Renewed Hope in a Jar with SPF is the Kiehl's Cold Cream. Y'all, I love their cream. And the reason why is because it's not only lightweight, but it's also super moisturizing. It feels so good going onto the skin. And it's 24 hours of moisture without making your skin super oily. And I definitely moisturize my body with something less scented and also just pretty plain, but moisturizing. And I use a lighter oil like almond oil to seal in the moisture. After a primer and before makeup, I try to make sure that I use a setting powder underneath my makeup in order to draw in any oiliness that could be between my makeup and my face. And I tend to stay away from heavier makeup during the summer and stick with a powder base. And I use one of those Revlon ball things, you know, that you've seen the roller balls. Those help to soak up oil without messing up your makeup, but also somehow magically just get the oil out from beneath the makeup. It's chef's kiss. I tend to do this year round, but I definitely pay attention to my chicken skin or strawberry skin or those little fine bumps that tend to happen by the legs and the arms and tend to happen to all of us. If y'all remember, I had an old video on strawberry skin, so I talked all about this before. Let me know if you want me to make an updated video on that. Glycolic acid seems to be really good for this. So with the Body Mary Glycolic Acid Wash, y'all have seen this in my videos for years. I love this stuff, and the reason why is because, not just because of glycolic acid, but I love the little mini beads in it. It's not a heavy exfoliator, but it's more of like a chemical exfoliator. And what I find with it is my skin feels so much smoother afterwards without having to scrub it. And I notice less dark marks and scars across my body when I'm using it. So I don't use it year round, but I do find it's excellent when it comes to my summer body ready. And I follow it with my Mario Badescu glycolic acid toner. And I follow with a richer lotion, usually unscented and just great with moisture, like Eucerin. Eucerin is so great. And with this, I definitely have to follow with the sunscreen because the skin becomes more sensitive to the sun, and you definitely don't want to fool with that during the summer. So y'all, tell me why we just now remember in the summer that we all have armpits. But we should be cherishing them things year round. But definitely now we want to make sure that we are safeguarding the pits. I will soon post my new armpit routine, but I know y'all know I swear by Panoxyl there. It really helps to relax the odor there, and it helps with hidradenitis suppurativa or HS, and it also helps with the smell of stinky feet, believe it or not. In fact, I just love to use this stuff everywhere except the middle area, okay? I wouldn't want nothing with, any of that going on in my middle, okay? And I also love my Detox Scrub by Pacifica, which I use under my underarms. As y'all know, it seems to create a smoother canvas, as I've shown you all before, and it helps the effects of my deodorant, especially more natural deodorants, to settle well within my pits. And I also notice that I have less odor because there's less buildup. So especially in the summer, this is effective. And I also think this is added to the clearness of my underarms. So safeguard them pits, baby. Now we got to powder up to stay dry and fresh. And no, I'm not talking about the talcum powder that we hear about on all these commercials about people who have gotten sick from using it. Nope. We ain't talking about that. And honestly, nobody likes to look in the mirror. Forget nobody likes to look in it. I don't like to look in the mirror and see nothing but pit sweat stains, as well as the sweat from between and underneath the thighs and all those other areas. It happens. It's okay. It's a part of life. I get it. But if I can avoid it, I will. And I've shown y'all my use of dusting powder for babies, and it is talc free. I also use this big time to safeguard when I wax my body, but it's also great at absorbing extra moisture when it's very hot outside. So I can add it to little skin folds, especially underneath those pits, and also between the thighs, and it adds freshness and dryness for the full day if you add it right. Sunscreen is our friend, y'all, and I don't care what hue you are. I don't care how deep your hue or how bright your hue. It does not matter. I use it year round, but now it's time to jump in with that high level SPF in order to keep us super protected in this hot sun. And I don't know what's happening with the ozone layer. Let's not even go there. I use different ones all over. Yeah, I'm weird, but I usually stick with the SPF of 50 or more. I even use the spray version by Pacifica on my face, which can be used as a makeup setting spray as well. It also keeps me drier and less oiliness coming to the surface of my makeup. On my body, I find that the Sun Bum is pleasant, and it also goes well with my body chemistry. It just feels good and it smells pretty good. And even little Hunter has her own by Baby Ganix, y'all. It's so cute. But just so you know, to be effective, SPF needs to be added every day. So friends, here are some basic hacks to remember. Drink plenty of water, not play water. I'm not talking about water with a whole bunch of water drops in it, water with a splash of this or a splash of that. Plain old water. Consider probiotics, which aid in the breakdown of foods and food compound in the gut. And this definitely helps with making sure that a lot of those scents that come with the foods that we eat don't end up pushing through the skin. So that could be of help to you. And if you feel that hair produces more odor on you, like it does for me, consider the best methods for hair removal for you. And try to beat the heat by exercising more early or late in the day. But here's the thing, here in Houston, I tell you, it be just as hot as it is at noon as it is at 6 in the morning. But still, we try to do as early as we can or as late as possible. And eat fresh. The more fresh fruits and vegetables, of course, it's going to also help with your overall scent, and it'll keep you feeling even cooler throughout the day. So just think about the foods that you're even taking in. You probably don't want to drink hot coffee or hot teas all times of the day in the summer. Just things that are really going to help to cleanse you and keep you cool. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and I understand that hygiene, we can talk about it all the time, but sometimes we need to brush up and remember what we need to do, especially when it has to change with the season. Let me know some of the other video ideas you would like to see over here this summer. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.